Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So here, Sati is giving very important arguments about how Daksha is trying to find fault, or Daksha is inimical. He has become enemy of Lord Shiva unnecessarily. It is not that Lord Shiva, he is having some faults because of which Daksha has become inimical. Lord Shiva has all good qualities, but Daksha, even though he is twice born, he is not seeing the good qualities. He is seeing the good qualities as bad qualities. If any sane man, a Dvija, is supposed to recognize, discriminate what is good and what is bad. That is the meaning of Dvija. So, common man may not be able to understand what are good qualities, what are bad qualities. But a Brahmana, one who is initiated by the spiritual master, is called Dvija. He is supposed to understand, discriminate that this is good and this is bad. At least this much was expected of Daksha, because he was a Dvija. So it was expected that he should have seen that Lord Shiva has only good qualities. There are no bad qualities at all. But even though Daksha is Dvija, he is most fallen. Because even though Lord Shiva has the best of the qualities, he is still seeing fault in such a great soul, who has no bad qualities at all. So, let us try to understand the difference between a great soul, a common man, and a fault finder. So, a learned man, he can discriminate very easily. Suppose he sees a person, he will see that this person has some bad qualities, and he will also see that this person has some good qualities. He will be able to discriminate. So that means he is a learned person. Just like here, it was expected that at least Daksha may not be a great Mahatma. He may not be a great Mahatma, but at least if he is a Dvija, he should be a learned person to understand. So suppose if we are learned, what will we do? When we see bad in others, we recognize that yes, this person has these bad tendencies, this bad behavior, these bad qualities are there in this person. And he also sees there are good qualities. he also sees that there are good qualities. So he is advised that you ignore the bad qualities and you try to see only the good qualities. You don't associate with bad qualities of that person, but you just try to see his good qualities. This is for a person like a common man. A great personality, Mahatma, he does not see bad quality. Let us say a person has huge quantity of bad character and qualities, and he has very insignificant, small, good quality. So a great soul, a Mahatma, he will completely neglect those bad qualities and he will magnify his good qualities. He'll try to utilize his good qualities in the service of the Lord. And Mahatma, one, Prabhupada is saying, there are gradations. There are gradations even in Mahatma. The highest person is who does not see bad at all in another person. He does not see bad at all. Even his so-called bad qualities, he utilizes somehow or other in service of the Lord, magnifies that. Just like Prabhupada is giving the example of such a great personality like Lord Shiva. That Asura who worshipped Lord Shiva had only bad qualities. He was worshipping to become strong enough to get a boon by which he will harm others. He will kill his enemies. If I touch anybody's head, then his head should break. It's bad quality completely. His intentions are also bad. But even in that bad quality, Lord Shiva saw only good. That somehow or other he has worshipped me. Only that much he saw. So even in bad quality, one who has no good quality, if someone can see good quality and magnify that, he is Mahatma. Are we in position of that? Any one of us? Isn't it? Can you imagine a person like this? Srila Prabhupada was a personality like that. Even in the most abominable, the hippies who were rejected by the whole American society, Prabhupada was able to see good. That somehow or other, even though they are having intoxication, even though, just like in today's conversation we were reading, Prabhupada already had a bad experience when one of his god brothers had returned from Western countries without any success. One of his god brother went to Lord Jetland and he wanted to become a Brahmana. And when he asked him, Swamiji, can you make me Brahmana? And when Prabhupada's god brother described that, yes, I can make you, provided you follow this 4 regulative principle, give up meat eating, give up illicit sex, give up intoxication, give up gambling. That person replied, it is impossible. So Prabhupada is saying, I was also thinking when I go there and I give them these 4 regulative principles, they will say, get out. But I did not compromise. So even to such downtrodden people, Prabhupada still saw hope. Still saw that somehow or other, they are frustrated in their material life. This is a good qualification. And that can be turned in Krishna consciousness. Even though they may be addicted. Isn't it? Prabhupada is saying, people say, Arey, what are you practicing? This bhakti yoga, it is very easy. Prabhupada is saying, no, it is very difficult, most difficult. Even though somebody may be initiated, still he falls down to this, breaking this 4 regulative principle. So where it is easy? Isn't it? Sometimes people think, bhakti is, this is very simple, it is meant for, people who cannot take any austerities and all. No. Prabhupada is saying it is not very simple. So, this is a qualification of a Mahattama. Mahata Uttama. He is greatest of the great. That even if one does not have any good quality, he can still see good in him. Krishna is such a personality. Just like we see the example of how even Maharaj Yudhishthir was amazed. He was amazed that how could Shishupal, who was so critical, who was born with this kind of mentality, right from his childhood, he was criticizing Lord Krishna. Right from his childhood, he was criticizing Lord Krishna. How could he, after being killed by the Lord, his soul went and merged in the body of the Lord? Rather than going to the hellish planet, if somebody is offending the Supreme Lord, the destination for him is he has to rot in hell. But Krishna is that kind of personality. Even though somebody has approached him with some bad intention, at least he has approached him, that is what he sees. Putana approached the Lord for killing him, but the Lord only saw that somehow or other she has fed me. Maybe poison, does not matter. You see? So there are gradations. Similarly, there are gradations in Duratma. So, there is a midway. We are expected to be at least in the midway. Midway means, at least if somebody has good quality, recognize their good qualities. Don't say he is simply bad. Why are you seeing only the bad qualities? Isn't it? You should also recognize, if you are learned, if you are Dvija, you are expected at least to be a common man. That you recognize, okay, he has some bad qualities, but he also has some good qualities. Isn't it? And you try to neglect, you try to ignore his bad qualities. When you become more realized, you will not see his bad qualities at all. You will only see good in him. And when you become further, even his bad qualities you will see as good. and you will try to utilize them in service of the Lord. See how there is a gradation even in Mahatma. So we are at least supposed to be in the mid. We will be very fallen if we only try to see faults in others. We don't see their good qualities at all. That means we are fallen. Isn't it? So Duratma is like that. That he is not seeing good qualities at all. He is only focusing on the bad quality. That is the quality of a housefly. Prabhupada is giving the example. It is the quality of a housefly. The honeybee only looks for the good. Isn't it? So we try to only see faults. And the most fallen Duratma is like Daksha. That even if one has no bad qualities, even his good qualities is seen as bad by a Duratma. Most degraded, most fallen. See? So we at least are supposed to be in the middle, wherein we are seeing good qualities as good and bad qualities, that yes, okay, there are some bad qualities, there are good qualities. And we try to neglect and ignore the bad qualities. We'll only try to focus on the good qualities of others and encourage them. At least that much we can do. So Mahatma, even little good quality he will magnify. Duratma, even little fault he will magnify. Little fault of somebody, he'll make it into a mountain. Quality of a Duratma. So we should try to see which way we want to go. We want to go to become great personality, or we want to become a Duratma. And the most fallen is, okay, one is magnifying little bad quality into big mountain. Another is, somebody is a Mahatma and he has no bad qualities, he has only good qualities. Even to see bad quality in him, most degraded soul. Daksha, even though he is Dvija, actually has become so degraded that such a great personality like Lord Shiva, who has only auspicious quality, no bad quality, but still Daksha is only seeing so many bad qualities. See, what a kind of lens he is wearing, wherein even the good qualities are becoming distorted in his understanding and he is seeing them as bad. Isn't it? So this is what we should be seeing. So, in our day-to-day life, in our Krishna consciousness dealings, we have to be careful in understanding that actually, if we want to advance in our spiritual life, then this is what we have to follow. That we try to see only the good qualities in others, and we try to neglect and understand. So then somebody may question that, what about if we neglect his bad qualities? If I want good for him, then if we neglect his bad qualities, then it will deteriorate further. He'll become further bad. So then we should see. Intention is very important. Intention is very important. What is your intention? Is your intention that actually you are looking for is good? Then we should not bother. If you're actually genuinely feeling that yes, I want to help this devotee, somehow or other he has some negative qualities and he has many other good qualities. But if it can be wonderful if these bad qualities go away, because these bad qualities somehow or other are obstructing devotees' services. In that spirit, if someone wants to help that other devotee, then it is understandable. That is good. But if it is to settle some personal scores, he found some fault with me, sometimes he brought me to the authority, and from that time it is in my mind, I will settle score when my time comes. And then I'm looking for it when he will do some kind of mistake. And then we are ready. Yes, this is what he is doing. So our intentions are not pure, isn't it? So we should be very careful in understanding all these things. That actually fault finding is not Vaishnava's business at all. I think it was, I don't know whether it was Gopal Bhatta Goswami or Raghunath Das Goswami, one of them. He, if anybody comes and complains about some faults of other, he would not listen. He would not listen. But we will be with open ear, we will be looking, when he is speaking. When somebody is glorifying somebody, we will be upset. You are only seeing good in that person, what about me? We are not very happy. But if somebody comes and criticizes somebody, you'll find, go around together, sit down, hear to him. Krishna Katha also will not hear like that. But criticism of others, we find some kind of maja in that. If you are getting some maja out of hearing criticisms of others, then it's a big disease. You should understand, it's a big disease. Isn't it? When you come to the point where you don't want to hear, but of course, as I said, in the community of the devotees, in order to help others, also to gradually advance, and there is a possibility, because until and unless it is reflected, brought about, sometimes we don't understand. Just like by himself, if a person has to analyze, he will only try to find his good qualities. He will never say that I have these bad qualities. It's only by others we can find our bad qualities. There is no way by yourself you can find bad qualities. Our mind is like that. It will not accept that I have some bad qualities. But in the association of devotees, there is good possibility that it comes out, and we should take it positively. That okay, in whatever manner that devotee has pointed out that I have this fault, does not matter. I will try to rectify it. What is there? Isn't it? I'll try to rectify it. So actually, all these things can be finding faults, all these things can be trivialized when we understand the importance of our time in Krishna consciousness. A devotee who is advancing, avyartha kalatvam, he is always cautious that whether my time is being wasted or not. Somebody I was hearing, he was telling me that, of course, he is a materialist person, but still I thought that it is a good point which he made. So he was telling me that our time we should value like money. Our time we should value like money. So he was giving example. Suppose you have money with you and you are going. You go to a mall or you go to some shop It is not that everywhere you spend money. You are very cautious. Correct? No, not, I do not want this, I don't want this. Okay, this is required. We take. To spend money, we are so cautious. But to spend time, isn't it? We are thinking like that. We are not judiciously spending our time. That this much time I have spent in Maya's service, it is gone, ever, finished. It was my investment if I could have invested it properly. Isn't it? It would have multiplied. So these things, when we understand the seriousness in Krishna consciousness, then it will be possible that we will not be looking out for faults, and we will understand, actually I am having so many faults in myself. What is my business to look out for faults in other devotees? Isn't it? So with this understanding, gradually we will be able to come out. And of course, if we follow properly the principles as given by Srila Prabhupada, then gradually this fault-finding tendency will go away. But we have to recognize at least that we have this kind of tendencies and we want to be purified of them. So we'll stop with this Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Vishnu Guru Srila Prabhupada ki